Hey there YouTube, Elite Legionarii here, bringing you another 1vs1 for Medieval 2 Total War Kingdoms. This time I'm on my favourite of the four, the Teutonic Kingdoms expansion. And of course I'm in command of the Teutonic Order, which is my favourite faction. And I'm again facing the SwedishLandsneckt, and he's in command of Lithuania, so classic enemies here. So my army is quite an expensive army to field. I have 4 units of Livonian auxiliaries, basically just puppies crossbowmen. I have, let's see, in the front row I have 4 units of Burgia pikemen, which is a pretty decent pike unit. Behind them I have 4 units of dismounted Ritterbruder. These guys are extremely good and they look awesome. These guys are like the best sword and shield knight in probably the whole Medieval 2 series. In terms of wearing a sword and a shield, they are definitely the best infantry. Behind them I have 2 units of Order spearmen, so a very heavy spear unit, as you see, with proper knight's armour. Over here I have a unit of mounted crossbowmen, which I was trying to run down some of these Latvian crossbowmen, so he's got 4 of those. He has, I haven't even finished my own army, what am I doing? I forgot my here, I've got 5 units of mounted Ritterbruder. These guys are supremely powerful as cavalry as well. They're very expensive though. All these Ritterbruder knights are very expensive to field. So that's why my army is probably quite a bit smaller than his. Anyway, I'm using my crossbowmen here to just skirmish with these cavalry militia of his. He had 4 units of these Latvian crossbowmen, so I'm pretty sure my guys have got more upgrades though, so and a better shield, so I will likely win that fight if it carries on. He's got 4 units of Tatar Lancers. I've noticed he seems to like front row of spearmen, so if I play against SwedishLandsneckt a little more, I'll have a little counter to that, I think. And here he's got, in the back here, he's got 2 units of dismounted chivalric knights, and 3 units of dismounted chivalric knights, and 1 unit of dismounted Borgita, I think, Borgita, something like that. They're basically a chivalric knight with an axe instead of a sword. And behind them he's got 3 units of Samatoga axemen. Let's say that. Samogaton axemen. So they're a good axe unit. And on the far right here, he has 4 units of 3 units of chivalric knights again, and 1 unit of Borgija heavy cavalry. In terms of cavalry, they're rather good, the Lithuanians are, and the infantry is pretty good too. I was surprised he didn't bring Guillotine's Chosen, which is a smaller 2-handed unit, but it is a match for the Ritterbruder, so I was quite pleased he didn't bring it because it could be tricky. So my plan here is to hitch him up on this pikeman and basically just go around and try and circle him with my Ritterbruder, because I know they'll win that kind of fight, as they're exceptionally strong infantry unit. And they're just plain awesome looking. So the missile fight, I rushed forward here to try and force him back a bit. He did take that a bit, so my crossbowmen should quickly win this fight. So as you can see, I'm quite happily winning that fight. I leave my spearmen behind here, well, I was going to leave them behind. Now I'm actually going to leave my crossbowmen here as bait. I'm going to put them back into tight formation in a moment, and I'm just going to hope he uses some of this cavalry over here to waste time on it while I win the main cavalry fight, so I can free my guys up. So I'm just going to rush him here. Here comes the cavalry fight. My guys are supposed to be running. I mucked something up here, which is bad, because he's going to get a better charge, but it won't matter because my cavalry is extremely good. Even though I mucked that up with the charge, I still easily win this fight. If I got a good charge, I would have won it sooner. So he's going to go after my Livonian auxiliaries. I don't really care though, it doesn't matter. If he's wasting time with that cavalry unit on them, I can easily rush them over here. So I'm going to rush my pikes forward now. I had a unit of pikes, pulled a unit of pikes out to assist. As you can see, even with that charge, I easily win the cavalry fight. Easily. That's why Ritterbruder are really excellent. So I'm going to get my pikemen down now. I'm trying to reorganise them and turn backwards, which is irritating. And I send my Ritterbruder out onto the flank here. He does charge my Ritterbruder here with his light care, but that's not going to be any major threat at all. Even a full charge, it only lasts 4 men there. So they are extremely good for cav there. So I probably get a good cav charge on this heavy axeman and get it down to 30 men. However, I did have some trouble getting my men to obey me. They wouldn't want to pull out and stuff, which is irritating. So I pull in my Ritterbruder on this flank, although they do get caught up a bit, but his crossbowmen are fully engaged, and he didn't really do that much damage. We did a bit of damage to this one, so that light cavalry unit didn't really, could have been more helpful to him in a cavalry fight. I was trying to keep it away. So now I'm going to use my heavy cav to get repeated cav strikes against him, and they will inflict a lot of damage to him. Already, as you can see, units are routing over here. His infantry is just not up to this Teutonic infantry. It's just, my infantry is just a lot better. His army is bigger for sure, but I just got more upgrades going my way. So these Order Spearmen take out his cav here, and he's going to get creamed by them. He does get some more strikes than me, but these Tartar Lancers, they're not going to touch this Ritter Bruder. They're just too strong. And I'm making pretty short work out of everyone with them. So as you can see, his army's starting to chain rout in bits and pieces. And the Ritter Bruder are really just inflicting huge casualties, not taking many losses either. The pikemen are not really taking. The pikemen are actually very good as well. They're not really taking a lot of casualties, but they are actually rather good. So I find that it's a really good support unit for Ritter Bruder. So here I'm just going to repeat his strikes. I'm just going to keep repeating this in and out, in and out, in and out. As you can see, it's starting to just completely cause his men to chain rout. I love the Teutonic Order. It's a lot of fun. I was really pleased to actually win this one because I wanted to win this one the most. But there's no doubt SwedishLandsnekkt is a skilled player.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
So, yeah, the Ritter Bruder basically are
all civilized peoples will be awed by the victory we have won here today.
But they're very expensive, very hard to field in large numbers because of the amount of money they cost to field. Although apparently I had more men. I really thought he had more men than me, but I guess he didn't. But as you can see, I won that one quite a bit more decisively than the other two battles we did. So 601 area, with 110 captures, I was quite far ahead of him in that fight. If we look at the stats here, the cav, they didn't do as well as I thought, but believe you me guys, they are extremely good. They've got, I think out of any cav unit I can think of in a total war game, I think, they've got just as much. They've got more melee stats than anyone else. I'm sure they do. They have more melee stats, both attack and defense, than any other cav in the base game. And I think their charge is about equal to that of a French Lancer. So they're a very good cav unit. But I did get quite a lot of charges on them. But because I mucked up the charge there at the start where they walked, they've lost more casualties than they probably would have otherwise. This one here, where it didn't muck it up, did very well though. The pikemen, as you can see, this one did pretty good. Lithuanian auxiliaries were average. But let's check the dismounted Ritter Bruder. Yeah, they didn't take too much casualties. This one here did take some nasty hits. I didn't even spot that, but they actually didn't really get into the fight that much. But believe me guys, Ritter Bruder are excellent. The only unit that is a dangerous threat to Ritter Bruder, well, a lot of the two-hander units are actually quite dangerous to Ritter Bruder because two-handers are no longer glitching, like I said. Lithuania does have a very good two-hander unit called Guillotine's Chosen, and that is a match for the Ritter Bruder, and in a lot of cases can even outmatch it in certain areas. But if you deny it its charge, the Ritter Bruder will beat them. But if it gets a good charge on the Ritter Bruder, then that will beat the Ritter Bruder. So yeah. And some of the Holy Roman Empire's units, like the Y handlers and stuff, they are really good against it as well. So anyway, really enjoyed that one. It's always fun to play as a Teutonic Order. Not that I get to do it that much, but if any of you guys want to play Kingdoms, leave a message. I am definitely willing to play. So many thanks to SwedishLandsnekkt for joining me. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you soon next time.